Okay, and we're back.
Second part of this.
Now, Kenna, you are here, and you're there with Eric and Ari. You're there with your mother, the Thane of White Veil Hold, and you guys have been journeying over to Eagle Reach.
Yeah, we're kind of neighbors.
Quite often they meet to trade and
which is important because usually the Avar don't get along.
Pretty much. We're all our own
The
small
Thanes meet
countries
just
and
outside of Eagle Reach, and you see that your mother is speaking with the Thane. I believe your Thane is female as well.
My thing?
yeah, we should have really had a prep session and discussed all
Your
this.
Thane is male. Okay.
Yep.
And the male is, conversing with your Thane, and this young Bavarian with a flute
Awesome.
comes before the congregation, and she sort of gives a little bit of an Avarian bow, or whatever the traditional way of formally greeting another Avarian, welcoming them into the hold.
Just a nitpick here,
she makes
isn't
the
it called
gesture,
just
and then
Avar, not Avarian?
She says,
It would be like saying
welcome
China
to
Chinese.
Eagle Reach.
So,
Ah,
yeah.
She
okay.
begins to play.
So
very
you don't
nice,
call
very lovely tune.
Avar people
And,
Avar, it's Avarian?
Eric seems to be very,
Context-wise, it can vary.
enamored by this tune. And where is?
Oh, this is the last times Rovos is gonna be happy.
Come to check out.
Got in the periphery where she can see Yurid.
Okay, she's in the periphery, and at some point, Rovas, your eyes meet with
Yes,
Eric
very
and Ari.
happy.
Your and Ari's eyes meet. Once your eyes meet, Ari doesn't seem to be able to take his eyes off you.
Yeah.
Whether or not
Off-screen thoughts
that
about
is
that.
reciprocated is completely up to
Because
you.
originally,
Maybe you look
again,
away,
my ship
but
is the
if you look away
Rovim.
and look back
I
at it,
saw Rovos
this
as being
boy
like
is still-
28, 30, somewhere in there.
seems to have stopped
And then,
breathing in your general
because I kept asking about, can I have the ship for Rovim, and Hark never answered me, He's like, I'm guessing no. So, okay, silver medal would be Ari. How old? Oh, wow, Ari's a kid. She's like 18. Okay, I need to drastically de-age my character.
What? Not robbing the cradle?
Well, it's not said in Avar culture if that's an issue, but for me as a player, it would be an issue.
Aw, that's just 28.
So
What, 16,
the variants
18?
Here, they're dressed a little
What's he?
differently.
I think
from the
18,
guys.
final age.
They have different.
Well, at least he'd be legal.
or
True,
tattoos.
if
Come on,
nothing else.
It's just
Other
10
plans
years.
differentiate
Come on.
themselves in that way, I believe.
Hey, that's just
And,
1 year older than my parents, so
When
True, but
don't be too harsh.
enter in,
true.
you see
But you also have to
that
think
Eric
of
stays
who else
in
am I
conversation
gaming with
you,
and what
but
would their perspective be?
Move towards a specific direction. I don't know if you're going to follow him or not. But
She's definitely going to
Kenna,
follow
stop badge blocking!
brother
Stop it!
and attempt to, bring him back and keep him in line.
ow, what? I'm just trying to, form good relations with our neighbors.
Exactly!
Do that later.
Really?
No, she's
Okay.
gonna sort of grab him by the ear and drag him back to the group because they're still properly introducing.
Yeah,
She's not
you
gonna
might
let
want
him
to
walk
be
in.
there for diplomacy stuff.
After all the formalities are done, then that is when the Avarians start to trade their furs, their some fish, food, other things like that of that nature. And Rovas, are you going to start to intermingle with them, or are you just going to keep your distance?
First things first, run over, hug Yurid. You did great! Now, there was a boy that seemed really interested in you, and that was what
Yes,
interested
priorities.
me. Let's go make acquaintances now.
Wait, boy, interested in me? Which one?
One of the two Darkhead boys. You didn't see him? Well, now of course you wouldn't. You're so focused.
Yes.
She starts to look around.
She's actually doing a job.
They're twins?
Yeah, twins. One for each.
Isn't that kind of
1 for each, 2
weird?
for 1.
If we're
Who
both
counted?
dating
True.
Not really. I mean, they're not that similar.
They're really not. One doesn't wear a shirt.
Which
Let's
one?
think about it. If we end up married,
Priorities.
that'd be
Exactly.
great.
She says,
And ironically, it's the mage that doesn't wear the shirt, not the rogue warrior, or whatever Arya's class has. I could never figure that out.
Well,
I love this
a
guy.
mage
I
is
do too.
squishy no matter what, so they might as well show
Okay,
off.
that one there.
I'll give you that.
That guy, that one there. My guy.
Doesn't matter what the mage is
So,
wearing, they're
How do you
squishy.
want to do this?
True. Or they're not moving. One of the two.
That's a good question.
Do you think we both should play hard to get?
And now battle
One of
strategies.
us should be hard to get, and the other one a little bit more.
Yeah, because Rovos plays hard to get.
We got to be very
No.
strategic about this. You're better with the strategy and combat and things.
Nox just lights
You
out
are-
from under him, straddles. Are you ready to go?
Pretty much.
Should we try to pretend that?
Then
we're
again,
hard
at this
to get,
age,
and then
she's
when they
14, so probably not that aggressive.
Or
Oh, she's 14 here?
Yeah, this is flashback mode.
Ah.
As I said, the last time she's going to be happy.
Appreciate Sam the way we do.
So how long
Let's just
before
try, the ourselves thing.
the big battle that basically
Be
kills
ourselves.
them all
Okay.
is
I
this?
think it's
we'll play
2
it
years
that way
away.
for now.
Okay.
Lead
So
the
this
way.
is still peacetime. There are no darkspawn.
When
Let's
everyone dies, she's 16.
Yep.
Kinda.
Oh.
While you are watching people trading some of the furs, you see these two beautiful Avarian young
Yes.
girls approach.
You are very
your
pretty.
two brothers.
Get that right. Thank you.
Oh, excuse me. No. She's going. She's gonna sort of. I mean, she's not gonna interrupt it. She'll let them talk, but she's gonna
All right.
stand close by and just sort of listen in back.
And
to
a
her-
rivalry is
to
born.
the conversation.
How old is Kenna at this point?
She's actually just 1 year
When
older,
you
so
guys
15.
approach,
Okay.
I think Eric
And she's keeping
you
tabs
see
on her
Ari,
brother that's
sort
18?
of elbow.
Now, at this point,
brother,
the brothers are 12.
Eric, who wasn't
Oh!
really paying
Flashback.
attention to the
Oh,
girl
okay.
approaching them, but then Eric looks up and,
Although that personality does not go away, that stays throughout.
and then Ari, sort of gives a little bit of a nod at the two women approaching them, and Eric looks.
Girls are coming
finally
over!
looks
Be
in their
cool!
direction, and then, as you guys approach, Ari will give his greeting. Hail!
Hell indeed.
He says.
Awkward?
"Thank you for
I do believe that about
welcoming
teenagers,
us
though.
into your
Yeah.
fine hold."
Well, considering that
Eric.
they're not actually
Hi.
teenagers yet,
True. Very true.
Hi,
they're teenagers, they're not.
They're 12.
my name is Ari,
Shush.
and this is my brother Eric.
I can only do so much. I am but one person.
My cousin Hirid.
I need this to be a workable age for
Eric
what
sort
she
of
does later.
waves towards Eric
Now,
directly.
again, stuff
And
like this happen
Eric
when
kinda
you
goes, Hi.
jump through.
Adorable.
When you fuck with
Does she say that
causality,
out loud?
Yeah.
bad things happen, and you can't get away from it. You
Yeah.
just have to roll with it.
Hell.
Ari says, "So, what do you folks from Eagle Reach like to do for fun?"
Oh, there's some
Smooth.
gorgeous trails we could take you on. Oh,
Like
look,
Yes, let's go for a walk without your sister. Let's go.
That sounds
Like butter on a hot pan.
Doesn't that sound
Yeah.
fantastic? Eric says, yeah, fantastic.
Yes, it does sound fantastic. Let's go.
Yurid says,
See, they're on board.
"My name is Yurid, and
We're not robbing the cradle, of
if
course
you're
not.
interested, maybe
They're
we could
practically
go
bad.
this afternoon. I could play a few tunes. You like music, right?" "Of course I love music. Absolutely." "Eric, you like music, don't you?"
Yes, go breed mage children.
yes." Eric
Dear
says,
Lord, I want to make such an
I'm
inappropriate
still
joke.
listening to the conversation, seeing where
I
this
know.
is going.
Well, at this point, Yurid actually boldly walks up to Eric and sort of like, wraps an arm around his arm and says, "Why don't we get
Yay, go
you
Yurid.
guys something to eat? You must be very hungry," she says. And she's being a little touchy-feely on Eric, and
Okay.
Eric seems really...
It's right at this point that Kenna's gonna turn around.
All right. Eric looks really uncomfortable, and you can probably tell Rovas that this only makes Yurid,
Yes,
even
all the
more,
fuel onto that fire.
Because he likes watching him squirm, because it's adorable.
Don't we all?
Exactly.
Uh,
Goes over to Ari. Well, they seem to be getting on.
And says, yes, I think so. And he sort of, does a little, stretches his arms a little bit as if, just nonchalantly stretching. And he's about to put his arm around you.
Smooth.
When Kenna comes up.
Like I said, like butter on a hot pan. And he's about to get burned.
Who are these two lovely girls?
Oh,
Darn it, Kenna! Stop ruining this!
Rojas and Yurid. Rojas,
Nice
Yurid, this is Kenna.
Oh,
Their
hello.
older sister. Nice to meet you.
We have very different accents.
Nice to meet you too.
I heard you were talking about a lovely walk and music and food. I'm so hungry and I want to see the sights. I would love to come and mingle with all of you.
Oh, sister, I
Oh, I know. It's no trouble at all. I will be coming.
Why not? It'll be a good chance to
Thane's daughter, Thane's daughter, Thane's daughter. Do not punch, do not punch, do not punch.
Links her arm with Ari's, leads into him.
There are boys here I like. Get away.
Maybe not like that.
So you
Like,
said separate.
pretty
brothers and sisters, and then she'll like put her arm around both of them in the middle of the two of them. We're all big, happy family, aren't we? Yes.
Eric doesn't say anything. Ari kind of has a very low face.
As he should.
And one big happy family.
Oh, you're so cute, Artie.
They are cute.
Yes, he is very cute.
Thank you. And now we begin the needling of Kenna.
Yes, we should get food and get started.
You guys go, and then you go attend to.
This could have played out much differently if Kenna had been supportive of this. It would have given Robos a reason to actually, want to be friendly toward her later on.
Takes you
Anya?
aside.
Oh,
And,
okay.
Also,
takes you aside.
thank you,
And,
Stephen Noble 197 of
she
Deviant
says-
Art. This is his artwork for Anya.
Am I in
Okay.
trouble?
Yes, am I in trouble? That's a good question.
You're not in trouble.
My berserker mom wants to have words.
I just noticed that you've been spending a lot of time with the boys and
This is not new.
a young woman from Whitevale Hold.
Well, the one part's new, but
Yes.
Long time in
Aware
quotation
that we are
marks. I wish it was
offspring
longer.
of the
pretty
Phoenix.
much.
I was not. I am now.
She sort of nods a little bit and says, Robos, I was just curious. What are your thoughts of the people of Whitevale Hold?
They're
They
awful
are
and horrible.
not the
Wow.
most
No,
traditionalist
joking.
of
Mostly
Avarians. Many claim to say that they are not necessarily true Avar.
Yeah.
They are a bit idealistic.
Nice way of putting it, yes.
Well, I know a lot of people that say I'm not the most traditional of Avar, but
True.
I'm still here.
Which is why she says, as you know, I have definitely been very untraditional.
Yeah.
And I've been trying very hard to keep our family in good graces with the rest of the Hold. Which is why I've been trying to raise you very strictly under the traditions of our people.
That was a weird way of pronouncing
I'm
that.
just hoping that
Traditions?
you
What's their
while you
cut
are
or?
I don't know.
spending
Doesn't
time
really
with
matter.
the
It doesn't
people
look
of
like the
Whitevale
cut.
Hold.
I think you just mispronounced it that day.
Addition,
She's cute.
Exactly. Priorities.
which one?
Well, they're twins, so technically both, but she has more of a vested interest in one.
That man is a bit. That boy is a bit of a handful.
Oh, she's hoping so.
I suppose.
Well, at
I'm
14
not
probably.
surprised then,
Never
she
mind.
says without
Let's
looking
just leave that alone for now.
You raised me well.
She did.
Just heed what I said. Nothing more.
So what
Yes,
is
ma'am.
untraditional
Away with
about
you
the
then.
White Halls?
Thank you.
What?
Hug, sir.
What?
She will give you.
It is more an interpretation of canon.
Okay.
I'm very
just keeping
lore.
her
This is what the core rule book says. This is what Dragon Wiki
Not even
says. This
talk.
is what the World of Thetis
But
encyclopedias
they're
say.
too close.
And Sam and
She
Hark
gets right
more
in there.
went
Real
and ran
friendly.
with Pocahontas, Native Americans, Colors of the Wind, and I disagree with it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just chalked up to
I'm
that's just
interested
how White
in
Veil
that.
is. This is how Eagle
I'm
Reach
interested
is.
in-
It's
And to be honest, I'm
they have
only,
they've made an
15,
interpretation
so
of the
I
Avar
shouldn't be
that
doing
is
any of that.
not
They're even younger. 12. I should might.
adhering
Yeah,
to the
Looks over at Ari like,
more canonical stuff
Yeah.
from the game.
looks back to
Okay.
Kenna.
I happen to be a very mature for my.
Yes, he is. Let's keep this in mind.
Oops.
It is not creepy
I'm
she's
actually
dating a
trying
12-year-old.
To be a really fine hunter.
Let's leave that part out of this.
Great two-headed sword son,
Yeah.
my favorite.
And for the record, I'm going to be a man in just 2 months.
Exactly.
I will be a full-fledged man in 2
Oh,
months. My
right, you
brother
have
as
your
well.
coming of age hunt, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, ours was a nightmare. Myself and Yared.
Really?
We had a whiteout blizzard.
Yeah, a fun
But
little
we were
bit of
very
canon
lucky.
for backstory for Yurt and
Guy,
Rovas is they were actually
chat
born
room,
on the same
treat
day.
them as, like, nope, this is yours.
Rovas and Yurt were
If
born
you
on the
fail
same
it,
day.
It's on you.
Who?
Like,
Rovas
okay,
and
let's
Yared.
Get going.
Yared.
Yeah,
And
her cousin.
skipping up
Okay.
Again, just to get out the snowstorm, and that was a wyvern.
Yeah. Even off screen,
kill.
she is
I'm
badass.
sure
She
that
fought a
you might
wyvern.
appreciate someone
at
who might be
13
able to keep
and
you
won.
then.
Or blanket will do just fine there, Ari.
Blanket is fine.
But not as much fun.
A blanket.
Blanket's fine for children, though. However, for
It
a
does-
man, I will become,
Yes.
you might need a little bit more than that.
Exactly.
Well, let's get
Samantha
that,
or
because
Kenna's
now your aim
reaction
isn't
to
very
this is
good.
though is
So
pretty
let's keep practicing.
makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Kenna?
She's
What was your hunt
15.
What
A
did
girl
you think?
younger than her is hitting on her
Me?
very much younger brother
Well,
Years.
from
mine was in
a
the
hole
spring,
that is
and
not.
we hunted a stag. It was a large one. It wasn't a wyvern.
Yeah, 'cause you're not as badass as me.
Those up in the mountain. But yeah, it was a stag.
Then again, yours was
I took
actually
it out by
edible.
myself with my bow, and it was a great feast. All happy and cheers.
Well,
at least that's something
that
edible.
could actually be an interesting contrast
Right.
between Kenna and
I don't
Rovas in
think
the
I've ever
sense
had
that
wyvern
Kenna
meat
goes after
before.
something that's actually
It's not
useful,
that
and
good.
Rovas goes after something she
Well,
can
they
brag
need a lot of
about.
anti-venom from
Yeah, very true.
That sounds great.
So yeah, it
Poison's not really my
would
thing.
present her,
No,
Rovas
anti-venom.
as a better
Just the
fighter,
poison.
but Kenna
Oh,
as a
well,
smarter
it's
fighter in a
anti-venom.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
You know, the difference between rogue and warrior.
Well, that's great
Also,
too.
what is their priority?
That's
Yeah.
a handy talent to have out here. Middle. Very impressive.
Although, you know, they did get wyvern hide as
You
well as
should go out
anti-venom
and
from
look,
the wyvern's venom.
Go
Mhm.
and look for something.
Or, you know, just straight up venom to use for
Allie, do you wanna come
poison.
with me?
Well,
No, he-
what I mean
he
is more
needs
like
to practice his bow
Rovas.
and
That
arrow.
wouldn't be Rovas'
then
priority.
you
She's
should just
No.
fighting a wyvern.
Daddy, why don't you practice shooting that target
She,
there while she goes out and looks for
Well, I
some...
can't watch him and be impressed if I'm in the
Exactly.
Well,
Yes, we
he needs
can.
to work on it.
Sit down. Come, we will bond like girls.
Yes. There will be braiding of hair and painting of
Come
toenails.
over, sing. It'll be great. We'll put you right between us so you feel welcomed. Eric, do you want to sit on the other side of Yira? That'd be great.
Yeah, let's get Yurid away from Kenna. Well, at least one of us
You know
get
how
quality
you have an
snuggles.
I'm sure you got this, darling.
And already we're calling him darling.
So, Ari is going to take his bow. And so you want him to fire at what again? I'm sorry?
You could shoot at, she was just pointing at a tree. You know how some trees have like that kind of oval circle?
Yeah, you want him to at the knot.
Yeah.
The knot.
Yeah, the knot. She can shoot at the knot.
All right. He takes his bow and he kind of, cocks his neck a little bit, get his shoulders loosened up, and then he looks towards the Rovas, and he looks towards the tree, and then he starts to give an aim, and he's going to fire. So let's see how he does. Oh, nice! Very nice. Okay. So he takes aim. He squints one eye. And he seems to be handling the bow very steadily. And then finally, he fires the arrow. It sails through the sky, and then you hear an impact as it hits right into the center of the knot hole.
Yay!
And with that, Ari has a very, very proud grin, smirk on his face.
Ari's an
And then-
archer.
McKenna
Yep.
punches her arm. Your brother did great.
That's why I could never figure out what he was classed as, a warrior or a rogue.
Like,
Okay.
he just punched
Oh,
him.
that would have been my next question, if it's a warrior or a rogue.
The
Clearly,
unfortunate
he
thing
says,
with this
"I am
season
ready to
is
be a
Ari and
man."
Eric really didn't get a lot of screen time for development.
Okay.
I'm
So-
practical one already. See, sister?
Well, considering the amount
I
of
think I've
characters
proven
listed
myself.
here,
True.
Hitting a tree and
It-
hitting a target, a moving target.
I
are different.
care about this
I
because I
do
have to interact with it,
I'm
and
very proud.
because for so long we couldn't tell the main cast
So-
were going to show up, I couldn't really ask for the background notes I needed, and
Word to Robas again.
trying to
How
talk
about
to
you?
Hark and Samantha separately,
What is,
like, I
what
need
are
this
your
information and didn't really feel like I was given what I needed sometimes.
Like I said, two-handed sword.
It was a little
is
frustrating,
favorites.
but
I have some
I think it
bow
worked out
training.
well.
Eh. Everyone's expected to learn it.
well,
And of course, herbalism's my passion.
everyone
right
has
now.
different views on different
Herbalism.
things when it comes to stuff like this, and unfortunately,
That's
I do
definitely really
get that
useful. Why don't you think? Don't you
the
think so?
storyline and the way this
I do.
season
I mean,
went in
we
terms
we
of
learned, you know.
Do you make any of those
lining up wasn't
ointments or oils?
what you would
by
have
any chance? You sort of like massage
would have done, but
Oh, yeah.
into-
this is
Oh.
his
Kind of
game,
an
so
nickname.
I'd be very interested in finding out more about those. He says.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have time before you head
Yes,
back, we
massage
can stop by the
oils.
clinic. I can make some. It's not a problem. What scent do
priorities.
you like?
Exactly.
I don't know. Something must.
No.
Something manly.
she laughs.
What?
Why is this over at Kenner? Like, okay. Sorry. This is weird.
She is.
No, please don't let me continue. You manly man, Ari.
Eric looks very embarrassed. He doesn't really say very much. He's just watching the spectacle unfolding for him.
Maybe you should get some of those oils for Mom's feet. You can give her a good rub down when we get back.
Musky feet.
Very.
That would be a really good idea, Eric says.
Aw.
It would be a nice gift to Rovaz. My mom
Of course.
loves good bombs.
What scent does she like? We have a really good sweet pea right now.
Sweet pea's good. She loves lavender though. That's her favorite.
Okay. Yeah, I think we have some of that.
One of the things I've always wondered about in Dragon Age,
I
if
would
there
like
are
for Gerard and Rovas to please roll
Yeah,
initiative
if-
again.
there are analogs,
stories
or
are my
if
favorite.
everything
Well,
is different, counter
okay.
our world and
Gerard, nothing.
their
Oh my
world.
God.
Because some things are clearly horses are called horses,
Save those rolls, sir.
but most flowers and stuff
Gerard, we're
doesn't
going to
come
fast
over. They're
forward
called
time
different
a little
things.
bit. And
Kind of
this
curious,
time,
actually, if
this
there
is taking
would be
place,
lavender, or
during
if
the
they would
light.
have something else.
Yeah.
And so
That is
you're
just me
a bit
being a
older
world
now.
builder,
I wanna
so-
say- so this is 920, somewhere not between 920 and 921.
And now we begin the blight
So,
and bad times coming.
That would put you at. How old would you be if you're 16? I want to say you're 24? 23?
Yes.
23, 24. 23, 24.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are. You guys
Yeah,
are.
you're old.
In a wagon right now, and you are making your way to the next village, the next destination, and you're making your way through the boundaries of the Frostback Mountains, the western side of the Frostback Mountains.
Okay.
Kenna, you are with Esbjörn at the same time currently.
Okay,
And,
for you, time-wise, this is after the hold
journeying your way
Sephalon.
through the woods.
Okay.
Just so you know what's going
to the
on.
woods to the left of the Frostback Mountains.
Because
When
with the
roll
origin
initiative-
stories, it's going
I'm
to
sorry,
jump
roll
around a little
perception.
timeline-wise until we
Perception
all meet up in the
hearing.
present.
Okay.
What should I? Because right now my perception is like a 5. So, what would you for back then?
I would say subtract 3.
Okay, sure. 13.
13. All right. while you're journeying, Esbjörn stops, and then he looks around, and he starts growling at a specific location behind you.
She's gonna slowly notch her bow and whisper, "What is it, Esbjörn? DC."
The bear growls a bit more.
I'm a little curious, as originally we were supposed to be 4 people here. Who the other person would have been?
In the shrubbery.
She's gonna pull back and wait.
You pull back and wait, and then you start to see...
Because the finalist that showed up, or didn't show up, I should say, was Lolik, and I think her character was a Templar, so I don't think they would have been put in this grouping.
Okay.
A good 2 dozen of them.
But aren't you 2 finalists here?
Yeah.
And
But
you were supposed to be another one
and the Lowlanders currently have some...
okay, there are 5 main cast members for Season 2.
That they are aiming towards you.
We are the only group that had 3
definitely
people
seem to
because
be
there wasn't
outnumbered.
enough people for us to have 4.
And,
Okay.
One of the...
So the other person that would have been our 4th would have been another
rise
finalist.
out and says,
Okay.
That's a fine-looking bear over there you've got there.
Esbjörn isn't fine, he's mangy.
That bear
You
could
totally don't want to kill
turn
him.
into some...
I mean, look
very
at him,
nice
he's runty,
clean
he's
piece of
white.
steak. I'm sure a rug would be nice. Would be a nice...
I'm
thing
helping.
to come out of it as well.
I'm not.
So kind of still has her bow out, and she's gonna slowly, she's gonna start to move back with Esbjörn. You should check out his teeth. They're quite sharp.
Yeah, it's still a bear at the end of the day.
The
Probably a pretty
bandit,
big bear.
Seems a little bit unfazed by that as he chuckles.
I could never
Meanwhile,
figure that out from the
Gerard
art.
and Malcolm, you
It's more,
are,
it's supposed
like
to
I
have
said,
been
traveling
Whole
by
Beast,
wagon,
so
and
Yeah.
you end up
They're-
seeing this.
a Whole Beast would be a pretty
seeing this,
significant
commotion
example of the
happening, and you
species.
see,
Whatever
know,
species
but
this
again,
is.
this
clearly
comes
in
down to
Bavarian
the artwork for how
furs
this
and
season
white
looks.
bear.
Like,
You're
I actually thought
surrounded
Kenna was
by these
really
bandits.
short.
About
She's the same height as Robos at 5'11".
And,
Okay.
Malcolm.
But when you see her in the
I don't
art
think
with
your
all the
dad
other
knows
characters, she looks
right
like
away.
she's the
You
shortest,
said-
well, second shortest after
I
Theoden,
would
who's the dwarf. So yeah, that makes
Tap
sense
him on
he's the
shoulder,
shortest.
Pull his arm or something, and
Well,
point.
art can be really, really
What is this here,
deceptive.
boy?
Yeah,
He says.
exactly. And I think standing side by side,
What's going on
Esbjörn
down
is
there?
about
He says,
little over
sort of
waist height on Kenna.
Is that
Is
a robbery?
that's a
It
dog.
looks like
Yeah, that was
I
also
don't know,
my
it looks
thought
like
of
bandits to
No,
me.
that has to be some kind of
perspective issue. I don't know.
perspective issue, or just artistic
Or just the
license.
artist didn't know.
Bear?
What kind of bear is Esbjörn?
Yes, it
I
appears
think
so.
it's just a not regular bear,
Oh,
obviously,
God, I
but
think that
the
she would be
typical
able to-
Ferelden bears
I don't
you'll
think that
see.
would scare
Probably
you.
a great bear, so
We should-
slightly larger.
We should do something.
But it's
It's
white.
just born
I'm not
albino.
really sure what
Oh,
we should
okay.
do.
Yeah, for a while I actually thought it
I
was
was
also a
thinking
polar
exactly
bear,
the
and then
same.
they did the backstory for Kenna, and
Yeah, because that
I mean,
again,
we
if it's a polar bear, I
I don't
mean
know,
this
make
is a
some noise
fancy
and
world,
try
but
to
again, if you
distract
put a
them.
polar bear
They
in a
think there's
non-cold
more of us.
climate,
Something
it
like
will
that.
die.
yeah.
It
That
can't.
might be-
It won't survive.
Well, there's
Worth
mountains.
a try. Go into the wagon and see if you can find.
Depending on where in the mountain they are.
But again, this is just my obsession with
I'll
that.
go
That
take a
can't
look.
work.
I know.
I assume
But
we
again,
have,
an
some
albino
metal
is
stuff that
Sure.
I could accidentally knock
they're
out of the
adjusting the
wagon
camera.
onto the ground.
Yeah.
the one
pots
doesn't
and
necessarily
things
have to
like
be an
that.
albino. You
That's
can
exactly what I'm
get
thinking.
Okay.
animals
I
with
accidentally knocked it out of the car.
white pattern fur
You accidentally knock it out
from
of the car.
different
All right.
genetic
There's a bit of a
variations.
clang.
True.
And,
You can have
hear
white
that
cats that aren't
clearly
albinos, for
in the
example.
distance.
You-
Cats are a whole other
That ends
weird
up
thing.
taking the
Yeah, no,
bandits
but
by
you
surprise
can
as well.
get,
Virtually every single one of the
um,
bandits, like, slightly look in the direction of the noise
fur
that
color
was made.
different than that
Kenna would
doesn't
hop on
necessarily
Esbjörn's
have to be
back and
albino
try and
because
take
again,
off
albino
and
brings a
run
whole
away
bunch of other
while they're
stuff
distracted.
with it. Like
And we will never know the real answer to
very
that.
quickly-
I think only Samantha and Hark
She
do.
can't. She'll be backwards shooting arrows.
Guys, if you're watching this,
Too much.
comments. Tell me
He jumps
everything.
onto Esbjörn, and Esbjörn charges. The bandits, again, who were too busy being distracted by the loud noise.
Oh yeah, we missed Ev being awesome, by the
were
way.
able to
ow, sorry.
That's your
basically
fault. We were having our own discussion.
I guess
Like we
talking
said
bears.
earlier,
through an opening.
it's not that I don't think you didn't do
several
awesome
of
enough.
the-
You totally did. Just
several of the bandits.
I have a lot to say about this,
fire and curse. And
it's
you can
easier
hear
for me
the
to have
lead
opinions
bandit
about
says,
my own work
"Don't
and
let them
questions
get
than it
away,
is
or
about other
Cersei will
people's
have her
processes.
eyes." And they start to fire their arrows with their crossbows at you. 12 arrows, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
6 arrows hit. 6 arrows hit.
Taking down a bear with a bow is...
Pretty impressive, actually. Especially Dragon Age
So you
bows.
take so you took 15
in
points of
general,
damage,
bows,
and at that
because
time,
you're
like,
at
that's
such-
a lot. So
When you're going
heavily
after
wounded at that point. Esbjorn,
a bear, you're
takes several
usually
hits
at
as
fairly
well.
short
Basically,
range
he ends up
because
with
you almost always
That's a
encounter a
miss.
bear in the
that's a
woods,
miss. That's a miss.
and
That's a miss.
you don't
Hey.
usually have
6,
time to
1, 2,
draw
3, 4,
your bow fully in fire.
6.
So
Oh, I've been
encountering
doing
a
this
bear
wrong,
with
so
a
it's
bow
supposed to be
is
3d6 plus.
usually a very bad thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like why hunting boars
6. So
in
that's
medieval
1,
times
2,
with bows were
3
so
arrows
dangerous
hit.
because they were nearly impossible to kill
6.
with a bow.
That's
So
another
if you
3
were
arrows.
hunting,
Okay, so there are
boars,
6
you
arrows
used,
sticking out of
spears
Esbjorn's
for,
fur. He's
crossbow.
bloody.
They
Now the
became
thing is, he has more hit
Yeah.
points than you do,
Yeah.
so he is able to escape. At this point, I would say the leader of the pack orders half of the bandits to make their way towards where you guys ran off. The other half, he says, to go after the
So what
location of
happened
the
here?
noise.
Ev was on a caravan,
And so
kind of showed up,
Gerard
and they were
says,
attacked by
I'm
bandits.
sorry, Malcolm says, son, I think
No, I think it was Kenna and
the good
Isbjorn got
news
attacked
is
by
that I think it
bandits, and the
worked.
caravan
bad news
was
is I think
coming
it
and
worked
saw
a
it, and
little too
we're gonna
well.
go help.
Ah,
Because, you know, not everyone in
let's
Thetis is a dick.
head out off the path.
again, if you see a traveler walking with a bear and the bear isn't eating her, perhaps wait until the next person, because
and
I don't think there's enough
he'll
on
sort
this
of
lady for you to,
indicate
you know,
towards whatever direction.
if you're attacking a bear and you're in a
it's
group
going
at short range,
Okay.
some of you are gonna get mauled.
Yeah.
Yes.
maybe wait for the next
Malcolm,
person that comes along.
Says,
Or, you know,
"Yeah."
the big caravan that
As the
probably has
horse
better
is drawing
stuff to
your
take,
cart, they're trying to pull,
as opposed to
pull
a
over,
girl and her bear.
at least into
Unless
a
you
place where
really
guys
wanna
can hide.
fight, which in that case,
does
I could
Gerard
also understand.
return fire at all?
Or they were just really
they're
cocky
pretty far
bandits.
away, right?
I'm gonna say that.
Well,
At the-
you have to be relatively close to hear the pots and pans. So not super far away, but enough to hear the commotion.
Yes, Ev, be creative.
I would
Save
say
Kenna.
100 feet at least.
Because otherwise we have a time paradox. Although this is
I
the season
don't
where
think
death
so.
does not seem to matter as much as it should, so...
Okay.
He will have his bow out for when they get closer.
So when does this
I
take
guess.
place in terms of in relation to when
We'll
season
say
two
that
starts?
Gerard is able to find
this is after
a
it's... Again, it's
to
a little
find,
hard to state because Season
small
2,
cave at
some of the events
some
take
sort
place before
that he'll
Season
be
1
able to
ended.
Lead the horse
A lot of the
into,
backflash stuff,
and
which
the
is what we're doing
bandits,
right now.
Will
So this
take a
is...
look around.
I think the Blight is still on.
The problem is that
The
they will
Archdemon is
end
still
up,
flying around. The heroes have not vanquished it
easily
yet.
being able to see the
Okay.
tracks.
I think.
The tracks and the hooves of the horse, and they will start to follow the trail. Malcolm will say, I don't think that we'll be able to be safe in here for very long. Any ideas, boy?
Yes. Well, he's 24 now, not 10, so it does make more sense him
I don't
asking.
know. I hate to say leave the cart behind. We could try and come back for it later.
He as you are saying this, you hear several voices call out, come out, wherever you are. We know you're in there.
Let's see. I don't have any. Can I set traps without
Yes.
any kind of skill or?
And this is why Ev is awesome
I
to
need a
play
special
with.
Skill for that.
You kind of technically do need a skill for that.
Be creative.
I mean, I'll let you try to make traps untrained, but you're gonna have to roll really high to be successful.
So
And he did with
All
force
right.
stunt.
Tell me a little bit of what you're trying to do. Like, what kind of trap are you trying to make?
Thank you, rules, for
So
supporting
my
this.
best thought
Because
I
that could
come
go really
up with
wrong.
is maybe we had something like some greasy thing in the cart that I could try and dump on the ground near the entrance and then try to light when they come in.
Oh, try ignite.
Yes. Set them afire.
All right. So you very quickly start to try to put grease near the entrance of the cave, and your father says, "Gerard, my dear boy, have you gone mad?
That is actually a valid
What in
question.
Maker's name are you doing?"
Well, if they come in, we could try to light it. I don't know. If you have better ideas, I'll listen, but this is the best one I've got right now.
It is actually a
Let me
good
help
plan.
you. Let me help you. And your
Setting
father
people
will-
on
will
fire
try
is
to help
always a
you,
good idea.
Yeah, and the
I
grease,
think
even if
carry
it doesn't
some
light,
of the,
it's still going to trip them up and slow them
kegs that
down.
had oil in
And
them.
if you're an archer and you're on the ground,
And then
you're not
as
going to hit
the
anything.
Bandits are making their way into the cave. You hear one of them slip onto the grease,
Exactly.
and they fall on their butt.
My
and then
point.
Two others
Oh, I like him doing
follow,
that. That's
follow
a great
behind
way
them.
for to make it so that he
It
actually
is at
knows
this
that
moment
they've
that you
entered the
believe with the
grease, making
16
them
roll
slip.
of traps.
Yeah.
This is probably a prime time to light
Nice.
the oil on fire.
Right. I will
so you
try to do that.
So you take a match, and the
Would they have matches?
oil in front of you ignites. And
I
it
don't
starts
know.
to-
I actually don't think so.
This trail of fire
Yeah.
erupts.
It's a moot
forward,
point, I guess.
um,
It's just
lighting.
This is how my
several
brain
of
works.
The bandits on fire. You
Now I
want to
go research.
as you see
I
writhing
think
bodies.
I think
of flame,
they would probably more
rolling
have like
around,
a
trying to
fire
put the fire
thing where
out.
you pull.
flint, tinder,
and,
flint, steel, tinder.
Several of
whatever.
the bandits.
well,
you
like,
hear them. Hear
I
them
don't know what
curse
it's
out.
called.
Like,
You
oh,
take
this
two
is not
pieces
worth
of
it.
metal and
they like turn
push
around
them
and
together.
Yeah,
hightail it.
that would be flint and
The
steel trying to
bandits
get
that
a
are on
spark.
fire run out as well.
Because I know you can buy that in the core rule book, because
and
I buy
then-
it every time.
Yeah.
Your father says, "That's our chance, my dear boy. Quickly get into the wagon."
And I guess he will.
You get onto the wagon and you hear Malcolm's go "Yeah!" and then the horse charges out of the cave. So between the,
Out of the cave
bandits still
through the
trying to put
fire?
the fire out, rolling around to the firehouse, and the other ones confused.
Imagine
running
if
out
you're
of the
moving
cave.
fast enough.
The wagon bursts out of the cavern entrance and basically hightails it in the opposite direction of where you were traveling, towards Kenna's direction of where she was
Movie.
running from.
Movie logic.
Logic.
It's a cool
And
cinematic. Let's
some
roll
of the
with it.
bandits who didn't get lit by fire try to chase after you.
You know, at that point, go help
but,
your friends that are on
They
fire.
managed to not.
You
be
have
able to
lost
keep
this
up,
day.
Slash, several of their companions are screaming, "Don't!"
Then
you know,
again, knowing
we
my
need help,
RP
we need
style, I
help."
would also
And
try
so
chasing them down,
they
so
managed to
maybe
not-
glass
managed to
houses.
catch up with you.
Yeah, I
At this
remember
point, Kenna, you have
you wrote us in
Esbjorn
the
has managed to outrun
rebuilding
the
Denerim,
rest of the bandits, and I will
Attacking
say
the-
that it takes
Black Knight.
Yeah.
Gerard and
No.
Malcolm
I.
about an hour.
Well, if this is where
to
the
find
party
the point
wipes,
where you
I
are.
died in
Malcolm's very
character.
concerned about
She didn't die,
whether
though. She
made it.
actually won.
Yeah.
And that's where this part ends.